Good afternoon, boys. Welcome back to our senior rugby session. To start off the session, please watch Mr. Barber's video on the game plan that we want to play this season.
Okay boys, we are going to be discussing the numbers on your jerseys in a 15-man game of rugby. We'll start with the forwards in a scrum situation. You've got the front row, your prop, your hooker and your other prop. This is a loose head prop and this is a tight head prop. This prop over here is normally fast around the field. This prop over here is the biggest guy on the field and is your cornerstone for a scrum. This man over here, hooker, he is responsible for the scrum's pushing and timing, and he's also very important for throwing the ball into the line out. Number 4 and 5 are locks. This lock, number 4, is normally your skinny guy who jumps nice and high on the line out, and this number 5 is normally your enforcer. He's the grim looking guy who makes sure that you don't lose any fights. These are called flankers. This is your blind side flank and this is your open side flank. Your open side flank is normally your best tackler on the field because he's got to go and tackle number 10 as many times as he can in a game. Then of course the easy one to remember is number 8, and he is called 8th man. Number 9 is your scrum half. He puts the ball into the scrum. And this is number 10, who is fly half. He is responsible to pass the ball to who you want to receive it. So sometimes number 10 will choose to pass to the forwards. Sometimes he will choose to pass to the 3/4, who are made up of 9, 10, 12, which is first center, 13, which is second center. Then you've got your left wing, number 11, and you've got your right wing, number 14, and you've got your number 15 at the back, who is your fullback. Now boys, why I'm showing you this is during our rugby season, we are going to be divided up into 3 teams that are going to be rucking. So if the ball comes into the scrum and number 2 hooks it back through the locks to number 8, number 9 is going to pass to the fly half, number 10. Number 10 is going to pass to number 12, the first center. 12 will pass to 13, second center, and then he'll pass to the left wing on the left-hand touchline. While that is happening, 14, who's your right wing, is going to be coming to help them. 11 is going to be tackled. 13 will clean the ruck. 12 will secure the ruck by sealing, and then 14 will also assist. While that's happening, number 15, the fullback, will be looking down the blind side to see if there's an opportunity of a try there. Meanwhile, and now this is the very important part, so pay attention, 9 will stand and go and get the ball from the 3/4 ruck, and he will pass it to 10. Now, while these guys are getting into position, the forwards have run across. The faster ones are 6, 7, and 8. And your Mombes, your big heavy boys, your 1, 2, and 3, well, they're not the best runners, so they stand over here. And 4 and 5, these locks, they're like nothing else better than to ruck. So they are going to ruck every single forward ruck they can get into. So if 9 takes the ball out of the 3/4 ruck and passes it to the fly half, 10 then passes a nice wide pass, probably to number 7, because it's a nice pass. It makes it very difficult for the defense to understand where the ball's going to go, and just before 7 gets tackled, he passes to number 8, and 8 then eventually gets tackled. Number 7 will clean, and number 6 will seal, and good old 4 and 5 will get stuck in as well, because they like nothing better than to ruck. Now you've got a situation where your 3/4 are back on their feet. You've got your centers ready to run. You've got your scrum half and fly half ready to take the ball out of this ruck. And you've got your Mombes ready to run as well. Now your Mombes, your 1, 2 and 3 will make sure that they stand like this. And why do they stand like that, boys? So that number 10 can pass to number 1, number 2 and number 3. It's very difficult to defend when you don't know where the ball is going to go to. So let's say number 10 is going to pass to number 2, the middle runner, like we spoke about in the first pass to the forwards. Number 2 is going to receive it. Just before he gets tackled, he's going to pass to number 3, the tight head prop, who gets tackled. Number 2 will clean, number 1 will seal, and number 4 and 5 will go in and get the ball back. And now the scrum half will pass to number 10, and hopefully by that stage, after 3 phases, remember we've had a 3/4 phase over here, we've had the loose trio phase over here, we've had the Mombe phase over here. Now we're going to go back to the 3/4 and we do the same thing again. 9 to fly half to first center to second center. Passes to the left wing with support from the right wing. They go into a ruck situation, and we've got exactly the same scenario all over again. And your loose trio are over here, ready for a pass from number 10, and your 1, 2 and 3 are ready for a pass in the right hand side of the field, and 4 and 5 are ready to go into another ruck like per usual when it is a forward ruck, either a Lucy ruck or a Mombe ruck. And then 15 we want coming and always sniffing for a blindside attack, either that side or on that side. Hopefully that makes some sort of sense. Dominus Pastor.
Okay boys, for our first drill, we're going to be focusing on running lines. I've got 3 channels here, channel 1, channel 2 and channel 3. What I'm going to demonstrate is I'm going to get the ball, I'm going to change direction and run into the lines. This will help you when you're running into space, when you're in open play and you see a space and you run into that space. One, channel 1, channel 3, channel 2, channel 1 again, channel 3, channel 2, sorry. Boys, the next drill is a defensive drill. I've got 2 words here which show my defensive line. I'm going to be on that line. I'm going to be moving left and right with the attacking team. I'm the tackler, so I'm moving left, right, watching the attackers come. I'm going to pounce and I'm going to attack with the attacking team. Okay, so we'll start left, right, back again, and then I'm going to attack. Okay, run back, in. Okay, I'm gonna attack, move back. Okay, I'm gonna come here, back, attack. I want you to do 10 of those. Alright boys, for the next drill, I'm gonna do exactly the same thing I just did, except I'm gonna imitate the tackle. I'm gonna get down, up, burpee, and I'm gonna steal the ball, like we learned how to jackal last week. Okay, it's the same as the previous drill. Left, back right, back again. Okay, I'm gonna go down, tackle. Okay, steal the ball, and I'm gone. Okay, boys, this drill is exactly like the last one we just did, except I'm gonna imitate the tackle. I'm gonna go left, right, just like I did before. Where the ball is, I'm gonna make a tackle, go down for a burpee, come up, tackle the ball, and I'm gonna steal and go score the try. Okay, so I'm here again. I'm moving, following the attacking team. Okay, tackle, up, steal, okay, change direction and I'm gone. Okay. Okay, I want you to do 10 of those. Just remember, like the drill we did, 2 drills we did ago, change direction and go. Just implement everything in these drills. Alright boys, thanks for coming, thanks for watching the session. Just remember to like and subscribe our video, and I'll see you next session.